Alright, guys. I have a confession to make. There is a platform on this godforsaken internet that I might hate more than Twitter. I know that's surprising to you. How could a platform owned by Elon that openly punishes you for being progressive while also giving preferential treatment to literal Nazi accounts praising Hitler, what platform could be worse than that? Well, I am going to introduce you to a platform called Kick. K-I-C-K, not K-I-K like that one app that pedophiles used to use to groom children back in the day. We're talking Kick, the streaming service. Now, Kick is known for a variety of things, most of them all being brain rot. One of the biggest popularity draws of Kick is that it was started by a group of gambling streamers, Trainwrecks, XQC, etc., and is also backed by Drake, which back when that site opened was like a massive endorsement, much less so now. But backed by Drake, and so was, of course, the gambling site that also funded its creation. These were all gambling streamers who were worried about Twitch's continuous pressure to stop gambling streams. People were not happy about it, Twitch was starting to get unhappy about it, and they wanted somewhere where they could stream their gambling. So they started their own separate platform. And since it was founded on the idea of lacking rules that Twitch had, they decided to lean heavily into the no moderation, no rules vibe of the platform to make it a free speech platform. Like any other free speech platform, it very quickly devolves into gambling streams, drug streams, streams of YouTubers and streamers showing porn because it's allowed on the platform to an audience of minors. This has been a very big problem on Kick over the years. And notably, public nuisance content. I have talked about it in the past, how there has been a rash of content creators that have gotten huge off of Kick, prioritizing content centered around ruining other people's days, going out in public and just fucking with them. In fact, the content creator I'm about to discuss right now is one of these figures. He has done a lot of public nuisance content. In fact, just today I saw a clip of him. If anyone wants to send it my way, by the way, so I can show it, that would be really helpful. But I'm going to describe it to you since I'm not even going to bother to try to find it on Google these days, which is now unusable and you can't find anything. What he used to do was, this is at least one video he did. He would walk around in a grocery store or a mall, and he would walk like this with his arms out, like some kind of cartoon tough guy, and he would purposefully shoulder check people. And the people he's shoulder checking don't know, but this guy, Jack Doherty, who we're about to get into, had a big 6.5 foot tall bodyguard that he would have come with him. And so if anybody dared to stand up to him after he, basically assaulted them for in a sly way for a video, all of a sudden his bodyguard would pull up and say, "What are you going to do? What are you going to do?" And they'd have to shy away and walk away. Basically fucking with people, getting them to stand up for themselves, and then having a guy who no one could beat in a fight challenge them if they dare to stand up to themselves. It's less of a prank and more harassment. And this content has made him so wealthy that he owns a mansion. He has, a compound, I should say, an Andrew Tate level compound where he has, an OnlyFans logo emblazoned on the wall. All of his, link sites linked to his and his girlfriend's OnlyFans. So there's a case to be made that he's pimping out his girlfriend's OnlyFans. He's, a massive grifter, a massive, just piece of shit who is making a lot of money. He has a lot of expensive, hundreds of thousands of dollars each cars, and what got him into the news is that one of those cars, a brand new McLaren, ended up in an accident, and said accident was fully streamed. So let's take a look at this story from Sportskeeda. Jack Doherty's Kick channel was taken down after he crashed his McLaren using his phone and driving. Kick streamer Jack Doherty crashed his car during a recent live stream after being distracted by his phone while driving in the rain. He lost control of his McLaren and eventually collided with the roadside railing in an accident. Following this crash, the content creator's Kick channel has been taken down and is currently inaccessible. Kick had to draw the line, I guess. You can be a Nazi, you can gamble, you can do all these things, but you commit a crime on their platform, that's going to give them too much heat. They don't want it. Trying to open it immediately leads to a 404 error. The streamer had over 185,000 followers on Kick before the channel was taken down. And of course, we have the drama alert tweet showing the video, and I'm going to show as much of it as I can, but at a certain point, he shows his friend, who's the one recording in this clip, and his friend's face is just covered in blood. I'm pretty sure I'm not allowed to show it. Like, I'm certain I'm not allowed to show the results of the crash, because his friend is just bleeding, bro. Now, I want you to pay real close attention to the big flashing number on the odometer when when the camera turns, the speed limit, or the speed that he's driving, because he is driving very fast, and I should note, faster than he claims to when defending himself after this event. He has outright lied. So here you can see him texting while driving on the interstate in Florida in the rain at 71 miles an hour. 71 miles an hour in the rain on the interstate on his phone. Watch as he hydroplanes and absolutely has no time to respond. He is lucky to survive this crash. No! So that is where the crash happens. And the video cuts out here. How much more of this can I show? I don't want to accidentally end up showing the bit where we see his friend's fucked up face. Okay, no, he doesn't show it at all in this video. Okay. This clip from Keemstar doesn't show the friend and his fucked up face at all, so we don't have to worry about YouTube axing me.
Oh, fuck. No, watch out, watch out. Oh. Oh, fuck, open the door, open your door. We're locked in here. Holy shit.
The, Jack Doherty, the streamer, the douchebag streamer who was driving, barely got hurt. His passenger who was recording, face just covered in blood. Like, the forehead is all, busted open and blood coming down. The driver, though, who caused this, the douchebag streamer, didn't have a scratch on him, pretty much. Unscathed. This is, should have been a fatal accident. All factors taken into account, the speed, the situation, should have been a fatal accident. That was a very well-constructed, bouncy barrier, I think they're called, on the side of the road. They're meant to bounce cars away. That car collapsed in on that barrier at a ridiculous speed. Like, the douchebag survives, always. I hate to say it, but the douchebag always survives the car crash. Usually because he's drunk, and being drunk, while it makes it more likely for you to get into a crash, it makes it a little more likely to survive a crash, because I guess being all loose and relaxed, as drunk people are, makes you less likely to get hurt in an accident, which makes it so the drunk driver is the least likely one to get hurt when the accident happens. It's the non-drunk, sober driving, law-abiding people that get caught in the accident that are more likely to be hurt badly.
Holy shit. Where's your phone?
Oh, I just broke that shit.
Me too. Help!
I wish the video, unfortunately I can't show it because you also see his friend's, his friend's face is, gushing with blood, and meanwhile this dude is, actively just crying over his McLaren. He's crying over his car, and his friend is there covered in blood. After about, a minute of crying over his car, he finally asks his friend if he's okay. Why is his shirt off? I think he took it off because he's, upset and having a meltdown. This is far from the only time he's crashed a vehicle, too. A lot of his content is centered around outrage, whether it be his public nuisance stuff, or, other vehicle crashes he's done in the past. Let me see if I can find some other videos. Oh, if you're curious of what his response to crashing his car was, here's his next stream he did on TikTok afterwards, since he got banned from Kick.
Everyone, double tap the screen. We're almost at 1 million likes, guys. Let's see how fast we can hit it. James Ellis, thank you for the galaxy, bro. I just followed you back.
Of course, sponsored by Stake, the gambling website that runs Kick.
Guys, let's see how fast we can hit my galaxy goal. I'm going to follow everyone back once we hit it. Appreciate y'all. Cole with the galaxy. Thank you, Cole. I appreciate it.
He's doing follow for follow.
Thank you, Aiden, for following Live Creator. How'd you crack?
I genuinely think there's like, you have to be a bad person to get the Zoomer carrot, like broccoli top haircut, you know? Like, I've genuinely, like, the instant I see someone with this haircut, I instantly hate them. Like, I could watch them fall into a pit of acid, and I would not have a single shred of remorse for the death of a fellow human being in that situation. Like, I genuinely think that broccoli Zoomer haircut is, like, made by and for just the worst people of Gen Z. Like the serial killers and the scammers and the rapists and the murderers of the future. We're going to look back at like their old photos from they were in their 20s and their teens. They're all going to have this haircut. I hate it so much. It is brain rot. This haircut is like the physical representation of brain rot. The mold of the rotting brain has grown out of the hair follicles and turned into like a forest on the top of the head.
Crash your car. I hydroplaned. I literally hydroplaned. I'm in a McLaren in the pouring rain. What do you expect? You guys have never drove a McLaren. Everyone, double tap.
So yeah, he's now online begging for donations so he can get a new McLaren. He goes and he hugs his friend and I think girlfriend or sister or whatever after the car accident. Meanwhile, his friend, who is like all fucked up with a busted face, is the one recording right now. He doesn't give a fuck about him. Oh, and here's a look at that nuisance content he became famous for. Here's how he made the money to afford that McLaren in the first place, in case any of you had the slightest amount of feeling bad.
Go.
Yeah, he's doing it to women too, of course.
What?
Yep, and then his bodyguard comes along.
Yeah. Go.
Yeah, this is the type of content that is big on Kick right now. And it's why there is such a large audience of young men, primarily, that are so absorbed by the concept of like fucking with people and disregarding their like autonomy or their feelings, is because this is what they find funny. This is the content they watch when they're not watching right-wing political content, because the spirit of rudeness and meanness is what drives them and what they find respectable and funny. And it's almost a virtue signal for a lot of these like young Gen Zers on this platform, and so they flock to people like this. Hell, they give their own, allowances to people like this, enough that they're able to afford a McLaren with 185,000 followers, right? That's a small amount of followers to be able to have so much, like, wealth as this guy has. He might also be a Nepo baby, too. He probably is. So yeah, if you haven't seen, by the way, I think it was, D'Angelo made a really good video. And I'm not going to just, like, watch the video. I want to show some clips from it, because D'Angelo brings up some really good screenshots and video clips that I want to show. Since I'm not going to be able to find them anywhere else. Google sucks now. It's a nightmare. Yeah, that's the crash. The crash. That's him after the crash. Here's him crashing another vehicle, because this is what he is known to do.
That was my thought when I read this. So here he is in March, crashing his off-road vehicle. 30 seconds after getting it, he says, #Jack Doherty. When you look at this clip, it's a miracle he didn't somehow break his neck at this point. And then it says, in November, Doherty faced similarly heavy criticism for crashing a golf cart he was driving with his girlfriend in it, flipping the cart in her direction. I literally thought I just broke your neck. I tried to hold it, Doherty says in the video. Golf cart's fine, though. I say this with absolutely no hyperbole. This man is, like, actually a menace to society. And just... He
really is. And if you're wondering, like, what I meant when I said he's got, like, a compound and ridiculous amounts of money, let me fast forward a bit and show you what I'm talking about. Let me just fast forward a bit and show you what I am referring to. Here we go.
Oh, thank God. That means I can kill you myself. Also, remember that lesson he learned in his
How does
tweet
he even have a GF? Is she okay? She was the one with the Playboy bunny emblazoned on the butt part of her jeans in that video we watched of him bumping into people. He like, in the link to his post on YouTube of the crash, in the description is a link to his girlfriend's OnlyFans, which he is definitely pimping out. And he's like begging for people to sub to his girlfriend's OnlyFans so he can make back the money to replace his crashed car.
Apparently. Well, here it is.
He's also got an OnlyFans.
No more driving cars like this in the rain. No more, I don't even know, bro.
No more, I don't know. You're really gonna sit there and blame the rain? What about the, I don't know, texting while driving?
Like, I wasn't even going fast. That's the crazy part. It's just like, just can't drive those cars in the rain.
It's the McLaren's fault. It's the rain's fault. It's everyone on social media being mean to me. I can't stress this enough. This is the empty stare of somebody who actually almost...
Why is she okay with paying for his car? God knows. God knows. Like, at this point, we've become very familiar with, like, the fact that there are legit... Squad W time chat, Top G time. There are some women out there that are legitimately content with being, like, a broodmare slave for a man in their life. I don't know why. I don't know how anyone could choose to live that way. And I don't know why there's a large proportion, though a shrinking, but still large proportion of even young women who opt for this lifestyle of just being owned by and controlled by a man effectively. But it is a thing. It is very much a thing. I don't understand it, but it's a thing.
Almost killed somebody and does not care at all. Like, just does not care at all.
Yo, Michael, I'm about to go live.
Yeah, that was him tracking his cameraman down again and making a joke that he needs him to hold the camera once more.
He said, all right, 1 sec, I'm kidding.
I am actually unironically running out of commentary. Like, what is there to say about somebody like this? Also, if you want another indicator of why he's like this, listen to how he talks about his band.
You got banned.
Why?
It's suspended. I'm fine.
So how are you gonna do your politics?
I will. I'll get on banned. Don't worry. It's fine.
I'll get unbanned. Don't worry, it's fine. There's never actually been consequences.
Look at this compound. This is his compound, by the way. Like, one room of it. You can't even see, like, the giant windows. Holy shit. Look at this place. This is just one room of his compound, and this is his girlfriend here. This is what being a nuisance gambling streamer on Kick can buy you. This is the life that's selling away every last shred of your morals and becoming a nuisance, bad influence content peddler on children can buy you. It's how the Paul brothers got big.
Consequences for my actions at any point within my life ever. I live in a mansion with OnlyFans plastered on the wall. This is insane, actually. Why is OnlyFans plastered on your wall? You know, people like to say, bro, what happened to society? But I'm gonna be real with you. When I look at images like this, I kind of get it. I kind of understand.
I'm gonna be real, guys. I'm gonna hit you guys with a fucking spicy hot take, all right? But I base this off of my interactions and friendships with, like, femmes in the sex work sphere that work on OnlyFans. Dude, young guys that get into OnlyFans seem to be, a lot of the time, not always, can't speak to everybody, but a lot of the time, pretty awful. There's, like, the really weird trend of, like, just massive fuckboy dudes starting OnlyFans accounts and, like, growing a platform elsewhere, getting big on OnlyFans, or, like, botting an OnlyFans account, and then finding OnlyFans girls and convincing them to collab, quote unquote. And when your job is sex work, you know what collab means, right? That's like a massive trend in the realm of, like, male OnlyFans people. Like, that, there's a lot of dudes like that female OnlyFans, like, creators have to know how to clock and avoid, you know? It's a big thing, apparently.
Understand why people say we're cooked. The amount of other things that are happening in the world right now, and unfortunately the surest way to get media attention is to clash your McLaren while promoting your OnlyFans, all from the comfort of your enormous mansion. The internet, anyway,
might have
friends,
been the internet might have been a mistake. Thank you for the bless you, by the way, chat. The internet might have been a mistake. It genuinely might have been a mistake. We are witnessing late stage internet right now. That is what this is. All I can say is I'm glad that he's banned from Kick, but believe it or not, TikTok and YouTube have kept him up. In fact, the video of he has uploaded the video of him crashing, committing a crime by speeding and texting and driving, crashing, showing his friend covered in blood against YouTube's TOS, by the way. And that video has millions of views now. He is making tons of money off of it. YouTube does not care. YouTube is arguably less moderated now than Twitter. It's gotten really crazy these days. Anyway, if you enjoyed this segment, please consider leaving a like, no matter when, where, or what you're watching from. It really does help a lot. Every single thumbs up helps the channel, pushes it out to new people. You can comment down below as well if you want to support the channel too. It really does help a lot, and it's totally free. And on top of that, you guys can subscribe, ring the bell icon, or turn on all notifications, I should say, so that YouTube actually tells you when I go live or upload, because they certainly won't do it if you don't. And of course, if you want to see more from me on other platforms, you can follow my social medias, linked down below in the description. And don't forget to join my fan Discord. It is the main hub of my community and fan base, totally free to join. And I host game events, call-in streams, watch parties, and announce all my new uploads and streams there as well. So if you aren't already part of the Discord, please join. You're missing out. Finally, if you want to support me directly, help keep the lights on and a roof above my head here at the Xander Hall studio, consider directly supporting me by donating, subscribing, or gifting a sub on my website, xanderhall.com/live, or support me through YouTube, Twitch, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, or Patreon, or buying merch, the Streamlabs link down below. With all that said, thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.